Let's start with Mashala. When you approached him with a request to attend an identification parade, what did he say?
My lord, I think he said 50-50. He said it happened a long time ago. But if I try to recall his statement, he said something to the effect that he's not sure. I think he may have used to say 50-50 because it happened some time ago.
Thank you. What did Mthokozisitwala say?
I think he said also he's not certain, my lord. There was no refusal to say they can't identify, they were just not certain, my lord.
And you are saying the reason why you did not go to Longwe is because in Longwe's phone there were some downloads or some photos of bags of money that were similar to the downloads that were found in accused number 3's bag. Therefore, you decided to exclude Longwe on those bases.
I'm not sure if you say like I said, my lord, it was prosecutorial driven. It was not unilateralism. At that stage, we were working hand in glove with the prosecution, my lord, and you get guidance.
This is killing me. I don't know which is worse. The pettiness of Advocate Mnisi or that Brigadier Gininda just literally drove the bus, okay, on Baloyi, or should I say that he threw Baloyi and the others over there in the prosecutorial team under the bus, okay, under the bus, and then he drove on it. And when he says, I'm not sure when you say I, okay, this is not a one-man gang, okay. I know when I talk normally I like to say I. No, when it comes to this, oh no, it was prosecutorial led. They said I must only go to Umtogo and Utumelo. Okay, don't ask me about those others. Okay, don't ask me about Khumalo, Longwe and Makhumalo. Okay, Mgulugudu's, okay, all of them, I can give you them Mgulugudu resume because no, okay, Kelly has got the transparent bag. Longwe has got the transparent bag in his phone. Makhumalo is the biggest Mgulugudu of them all. She falsely identified someone, but you know what? Uzandi will get to that one day. We will get to that one day. She's out here telling me, a whole lead investigator, that I must investigate Umandisa, okay, who was not even there at the Spaza house. Who does she think she is to tell me, a whole brigadier, what to do? So no, I am not calling her for no identity session. No. That's how I imagine everything happened, okay? Because no. Not Gininda throwing Baloyi under the bus. I cannot stop laughing at him saying, when you say, I'm not so sure if you say I, like, sir, why are you backtracking on us now?
And then saying that yourself, with the 3 prosecutors, were of the view that it is not necessary for you to approach Longwe to find out if you'll be able to identify any of the accused person.
I beg your pardon, my lord, sorry, I didn't understand the question. My apologies, I didn't follow the question, my lord. If it can be repeated, sorry.
Brigadier Gininda, the reason why you are unable to follow my questions, I'm talking here and then you're busy doing something. You're paging through your documents there. If you can just listen to me, and then from there, you'll be given indulgence to look for whatever that you're looking for. For now, can you please listen to my question? Thank you. My question is, are you then saying that it was your decision, yourself, and the team of prosecutors, that you should not approach Longwe because in his phone there were some photos that were found which were similar to those that were found in accused number 3's phone downloads?
I'm saying, my lord, the authority to guide investigation, especially when NPA is involved, lies with the NPA. That's the ultimate authority.
Thank you, Brigadier. I'm saying to you, we are going to simplify this thing. And it's going to be very tedious, but very simple. With regard to Mr. Mashala, he said to you, he's unsure whether he'll be able to identify these people. It was a 50-50 situation.
Yes.
With regard to Mr. Twala, you said, Mthokozisitwala now, you said he told you that he was not certain. It was also a 50-50 situation. Now, with regard to Mr. Longwe, I'm asking you the same question. Now you are saying it was the decision lies with the NPA. Is that your answer to my question?
No, I'm saying the ultimate authority, my lord, when it comes to prosecution, it's NPA. What I'm saying is that because the matter was prosecutorial driven, you get guidance and you were then guided as to who you can utilize for what purpose. And I gave reasons, my lord, as to why there were question marks or uncomfortability that Mr. Longitwala specifically could be used. There was this part that needed investigation because you can't ignore the fact, my lord, that there's a person who is alleged to be one of the perpetrators, whom upon the downloading of the phone, a see-through bag of money is found, and that bag is found with someone who's supposed to be a witness. You can't ignore that material fact. You need to investigate and establish the position of this, so this person is supposed to be a witness in relation to this now alleged perpetrator. You can't rely on that because that is already setting a mark. You can't ignore the fact that they're saying one of the person who's supposed to be your witness is a trigger point. You need to investigate. That's how objectivity is done. And you can't ignore what I've said about the matter as well. So it was those aspects, my lord, that I know played a role in our discussion with the NPA. But what I'm saying is that at the ultimate, which is the same as well when I tried to get a warrant for Ms. Kelly Khumalo, the ultimate decision makers is the NPA. Our powers are divided clearly, my lord.
Thank you. That is exactly what I'm putting it to you. That because of all those factors that you have now enumerated, yourself and the team of prosecutors who were guiding you then took a viewpoint that it was not necessary to go and request and talk to Mr. Longe about an identification parade, not so?
A decision, yes, was taken, my lord. I'm not sure if that word not necessary, but a decision was taken that he should not be approached for the identity parade.
Oh, how the mighty have fallen, my lord. Basically, in English, what Gininda is saying is, listen, I'm not the boss, okay, of the mafia estate. It is not me, the one calling the shots. I know I have been speaking as if I am the whole boss, but let me tell you, there's a bigger force at play. I cannot disclose this, okay? I cannot, but the NPA said, you know what? I'll give you a hint though. Talk to the NPA. Talk to the NPA over there to your far right, Mnisi, okay? Leave me out of it. I am no longer using I because this is bigger than me, okay? This is bigger than me. I have a family to feed, okay? No. And I have another court case over there, allegedly for the 58,000 rands. I am not the boss. You can ask me this question 58 times. I will continue to tell you it is prosecutorially led, and it is the dun-dunnies of the dun-dunnies. Oh my goodness. Guys, who do you think the actual boss is in the Ganegwane, in the Mkulukutu estate? What? This is crazy business to me. And I think this is a huge revelation. Huge. This man went from me, no, not Makubo, no, not Butelezi, I, to, well, you see the guidance of the NPA.
Now, let's come to Makhumalo, the mother of the house.
Yes, ma'am.
Why, like Madlala and Mthokozisi Twala, was she not approached for a possible identification parade immediately after the arrest of the 5 accused persons that are before court here?
Well, my lord, so, and I've said this, my lord, at the inception, rather at the beginning, when I was not involved in this matter, back in 2014, I think it might be earliest 2014. Yes, I think it was in 2014. There was an ID parade that was held where one suspect, Mr. Mbatha, was actually identified by Makhumalo Senior. And I know that was the fact that actually was concerning as to whether we can utilize her in light of that or not. And that person, my lord, as I've said, it's not something that is hidden, was arrested, placed into custody, detained. I think the matter was remanded for formal bail application when evidence then came through that is actually it could not have been one of the perpetrators.
So what does that have to do with a request to go for an identification parade in respect of this accused person that you just arrested?
I don't understand, my lord. You have a person who has identified a wrong person, and that person gets arrested, his constitutional right is deprived, sits in jail, and thereafter it is found that is a wrong person. I'm not so sure whether Advocate Mnisi says you can still rely on that particular witness, if I understand him correctly, which I doubt if that's what he's saying, my lord.
Once again, Brigadier Gininda dropped some crucial breadcrumbs for me, and I cannot ignore it, okay? This is just my thought process. This is not factually based on anything, just from what I heard the Brigadier say, and I'm now making an inference. I mean, he's taught us the art of inferences, okay? Not investigations, no. The art of just looking at statements and inferences, and in my case here, just listening to the Brigadier. He says, I don't understand, my lord, like, what's wrong with this, okay? We arrested someone. We deprived them of their constitutional rights. Was he tortured? Somebody needs to write a tell-all story of Zamokuhle Mbatha. Somebody needs to get to him, okay? Because it looks like there's a Nganegwane there, okay? The Nganegwane needs to come out, okay? And then he says, this is what Gininda says, which caught my attention, piqued my attention, okay? Red alert attention. Gininda says, they are not a reliable witness. Makhumalo is not a reliable witness. And then I say, why would he be so affirmative that she's not a reliable witness? And also the NPA would say, hands off Makhumalo. And my thoughts are going towards, Makhumalo is a mother to 2 daughters who were present at the shootation of SENZO MEYIWA. Did one of the daughters do the pow-pow? And then the mother will protect their daughters at all cost, which includes implicating Zamokuhle Mbatha. And my gut feeling says the mother is protecting. All along, I thought the mother was the most innocent of them all. I've always thought that. But now I'm thinking, no. The mother is fully aware of what happened that night, and she's fully protecting her daughter. But which daughter is it? Mothers in the comment section, can you check in and let me know? Would you do anything at whatever cost for your child? Will you implicate another innocent man just so your child doesn't go to jail? What? This is bigger than I thought. Wait, because then if I compare it, okay, with Chico Twala and what he has done for Ulongwe Twala, every time Chico Twala always out here, listen, that man has gone mute. Okay, since the Dr. Mbathane situationship, the man has gone mute, has never responded ever again to the YouTube streets. Whoo, this is a developing story. Hold on to this thought. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Let's continue, because Mnisi is really breaking the Brigadier down bit by bit, person by person. He's not getting a group answer. No. He's going one by one. One by one. And I love it. Chef's kiss.
Thank you, Brigadier. To understand you, you're saying that you were afraid that Mrs. Makhumalo would have attended the identification parade and said, no, the person who resembles the person, one of the people who resembles one of the people who got into the house, I had already identified him at the initial identification parade. And he is not one of these that are appearing at this identification parade, referring to this accused person that are before court. Were you afraid of that?
No, my lord. No, I was not afraid of that. My lord, when you do investigation, and this is how I understand it. It's at the end of the day, and it doesn't matter where the truth lies, my lord. If the truth is at the behest or at the interest of the suspects, you need to reveal it. But you cannot flout rules and do something that you can see that it's not in the interest of justice in general. Now, Mrs. Khumalo Senior, I've already said, my lord, what has happened. How do you then, my lord, subject a person whom you are pursuing as a suspect to such environment? I think that will be unethical, my lord. You have a witness which you know because it's proven, it was before my time, that this person identify a particular suspect, because of that identification is then arrested, remanded into custody. When the police do a constructive investigation, they find that what was said to be the perpetrator is actually incorrect and that person is released. How do you then, as an objective person and investigator, my lord, want to subject another person who is suspected to be a perpetrator to that situation? I think it will not be in the interest of justice, even for the accused. So it was not just an isolated situation that I'm afraid of what he must say. Even the accused or the suspect himself, to expose that particular suspect to such an individual will be unethical and I think very much wrong. You can't do that, my lord.
Brigadier Gininda.
So, sorry, my lord, just to complete this
sorry.
point here. Sorry, no,
Yes.
sorry, Mr. Minister, to speak up. I was not
Thank
done.
you.
So it is different, my lord, when perhaps, let's say a person is identified on the ID parade, but there are no consequences after that. In other words, investigation is done and the person is, is eliminated. But when a person is identified, then subsequent to the identification, then the person loses his freedom or her freedom in terms of incarceration because of the reliance on that identification. I think it will really be unjust if you want to subject, I wouldn't want to do that, another person to the same environment with the hope that this person now may not point this person. Because what happens then if you point this person and then it turns out later in the investigation that you are sitting with a similar situation, my lord?
Thank you, Brigadier. Should that not have been left to Ms. Makhumalo to say, I don't think I'll be able to identify anyone at the identification or at the proposed identification parade, or to say, maybe this time I'll be able to identify one of the perpetrators who got into the house than for you to think for her.
I wasn't, so my lord, as I've said again, it was not my sole decision. The prosecution was involved. But to come back to the question, my lord, when you look at the interest of justice, that's not how a Glitz was taught, my lord. Interest of justice applies both sides. You don't look at Makhumalo only and ignore the rights of the people you are pursuing. That is why I'm saying, my lord, even if evidence was to come up that supports the suspect at that stage, you need to make it available. And if they're exonerated, so be it, my lord. That is the systematic search for the truth. So I couldn't, and I'm talking about me, place myself in a position where I must subject this accused to a situation which I think would have been unjust based on what I already know has happened, my lord. I don't think that would be constitutionally correct.
What a twist. What a twist. Gininda continues to throw everybody under the bus, okay? But in this twist, one person in the house is the weakest link, and that is Kelly Khumalo and Uzandi Khumalo's mother, the owner of the Spaza house home, the location of the crime scene, okay? Ground zero, where SENZO unfortunately lost his life. And this was the person some of us, okay, myself included, were relying on one day would come clean. This is the same person that SENZO MEYIWA's mother has appealed to say, what happened to my son? Mother to mother, tell me what happened to my son. What do you and your daughters talk about? Only to find out yesterday under Brigadier Gininda that no, she's not as squeaky clean as you want her to be. And it is unfair. It would have been unfair for the investigation team to use her again for an identikit because, she's unreliable, okay? Unreliable. Is she confused? Are they trying to say she's a confused Magogo? Why? And Nisi says, why did you make that decision for her? Why did you not let her point out yet again? Because you were afraid she was going to say the person is not here and you were going to lose the 5 accused. So you decided you didn't want her there. Oh, somebody throw Nisi bells. What? I didn't even see that one coming. Brilliant. Brilliant.